Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back. Today, inshallah, we're going to be doing video number 10. There might be some slight miscalculation on my part, and I think it might seem like I'm missing a video, but really it's not. I think I got the numbers back and forth. But anyhow, inshallah, so today will be video number 10. And today we're going to be talking about prepositions continuing from yesterday's video. So today we're going to be talking about prepositions, which means huruf jar in the grammatical part of it. So these are things that we read all the time in the Qur'an. And so without any further, we'll go ahead and jump right in. So the first one is, these are, most of the time, they're just like one letter. So in this case, the first one is ba. Just like that, ba. So now this means with or in or from. So depending on, like I always say, depending on how you're reading the ayah or whatever, then that's how you will translate it, inshallah. So I have a few examples. This is like we talked about the last video. Bima, meaning with what? So you see that B is attached to ma, so now it becomes a word. Bima, with what? Or we read always bi rabbihim. Bi rabbihim. Bi rabbihim. Meaning in their Lord or with their Lord. So that's what that means. And then also I have another example, bil ghaibi. Bil ghaibi. Meaning in the unseen. Okay, so these are just a few words, so it kind of tells you the ba is what we call harf jar. It is attached to the ism or to the noun. And then anytime that happens, you will see that the ism takes a kasra. We haven't talked about any of this stuff like marfu, mansub, and majrur. These are different state of a noun goes through and it changes. So sometimes we talk about like dhamma, and then we have a kasra, a fatha, which would be on top of a word, or then we have like kasra, which is on top, underneath the letter or the word. So in this case, I'm just pointing this out because you might be wondering, like, why is this bi, not bi, right? So it's because if we didn't have the ba here, then it would be rabbuhum. But because we have the ba is coming before it, now that changes rabbu to rabbi. Okay, so that's harf jar. It has that attribute, I guess, that changes the word from one form to another. And then again here, bil ghaibi. You get this. The ba takes a kasra here also. If we didn't have the b here, then it would be al-ghaibu, right? Okay. Now you're probably wondering what happened here. Bima is the same, nothing happened. So sometimes certain things does not change. It's stationary, it's fixed, so they stay that way. But you know, as a reader, inshallah, that b is harf jar, ma will become ism majrur. Okay, so the next one is an. An. This one means about. So I have some examples here. We talked about amma, about what. Amma yatasa'alun, about what they're, asking. And then the next one is anin naba'il. Anil naba. Na ba and then is al-azim. So we're not gonna talk about that. It says hamma, about what. This is not all this in the same ayah. So these are obviously, I'm putting the little commas in between, so it divides them. So amma is meaning about what. An nabai, about the news. And then it says about the news, azim, an nabai al azim. And then we have, let's see, I have, and then I have another example. Yeah, we have, you can see it. Rabbihim, about their Lord. Okay, so this was an example for an. So we have an here, and then an, you're not seeing the noon here because it gets assimilated with ma. So now it's hamma. Okay. All right. The next one we have. Keep in mind that all these letters, we read it daily so many times in the Quran, and they appear so many times in the Quran. So it's really difficult to give a lot of examples because there's so many. But inshallah, if you just keep in mind that I'm just giving you one example, in this case, several, because they're shorter, so we don't have to write the whole ayah. But keep in mind that there's a lot more than obviously what we're talking about here. So the next one is fi. And this means in. So example we have fi kitab. And it's fi kitabi. Why? Because this is harf jar, and then it makes the ism majroor. So it takes a kasra. Fi kitabi. Or we have fi dhalika. You're probably wondering what happened to ka. It has taken a fatha, but no, it's, remember we talked certain things are fixed. It's just like pronouns. So they're not going to change much here. But you know that when fi comes, dhalika, this is a majrur. This becomes like as it's taking a kasra, but it's really not. So we have, this means fi dhalika, in that, okay, or fi sama wal ard. So there's a lot of examples in the Quran in about fi, or like fi kum, or fihi, or fiha. There's a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and erase this because we're running out of space, and I will be right back. Okay, so next one is ka, just the harf ka. Ka means as, like. So كأنهم. So we have ka here and is attached to anna and home. So there's actually three separate things here. So we have ka here, and then we have anna here, and then let's just put home here. So ka, anna, home. So it's all written together. So so it becomes one word. But let's just get rid of that. So there's not a lot of confusion. As if they are. As if they indeed are. كأنهم. Okay, the next one we have is كما. As if they are. So it depends, you know, where you are reading it. The translation might change just a little bit, but basically that's what it is. Or just as, like kama means like just as they are. We have also another example. I have kal hijara. Okay, kal hijara. Oops. Okay, kal hijarati, like stone, like stone. All right, so we have the next one. We have The letter lam, we have it as la and also as li. And this both means for. For. Okay, so we have, for example, we have lakum, meaning for you. Remember, kum is plural for it's more than two people. Lakum. Or another example for li, wa, li, an, amikum. An, amikum. Okay, what does this mean? This is part of an ayah. As always, I always mention this, that I'm writing these things, that they're out of context. The whole ayah is not here, but I take certain parts so we can, give you the example of the word or the letters that we're talking about. Lakum, for you, wali an'amikum, and for your like your animals, your stock, your herd, and all of that. Wali an'amikum. And then also another example would be lana, and then the la is here. Lana means for us, na means us. So lana is for us. All right. Also keep in mind that sometimes the lam that comes, sometimes it is for emphasis. So it doesn't mean any of this. It doesn't mean for. It means like indeed, for sure. And also sometimes it comes for as a command, like amr. So let them do certain, or let them say. So, but we'll come inshallah to that to give you example. But I'm just pointing this out because we're talking about the lam. So you have the la, the li, and also there are times that you're going to come across la and li, and those are meaning different thing because of the context. And when you read it, then you'll understand. You will know that, oh, okay, this is, if I say for, it makes no sense. So it has to be for emphasis or for the amr. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and erase this. Okay, so next one is min. Min means from. And then we also have a lot of this min and then man in the Quran. So min in this case means from, but when you recite man, it means who. So please keep that in mind. Two different things. It's written the same way, but the only difference is one has the kasra, one has the fatha on top. So min, it means from, and then man means who. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move this because we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about min. So min means from. This is from the Quran, part of the ayah. Min ayyi shay'un. Sorry, shay'in. Okay. So from what thing? This is part of the ayah, so but we're not talking about the rest of it. But it also actually it says min ayyi shay'in khalaqa, meaning like from what thing you have been created. Okay, so our point is from min ayyi, from. I have another example also. Let's see here. Min alladhina amanu. Okay, so here is the focus here. Min alladhina amanu, for those who believe, who have submitted themselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So for those. I think that's all I have the examples for min, but there's a lot in the Quran. The next one we have is ila, meaning towards or to. So ila, rabbihi, towards his Lord, towards his Lord. Another example we have is ila ta'a mihi, yes, mihi, towards his food. So these are all taken out of the ayat, just so we can bring the words ila to point out. That means towards his Rabb, towards his food. So because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to look towards your food, and this and that. Okay, the next one we have, I think I have space because I don't have a lot to write on that one. Let's see. Yeah, you can see it. Actually, I'm gonna move this part here. It's the letter ta. Ta, in this case, this means it's an oath. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is like taking an oath. So, for example, I have ta'Allahi. Ta'Allahi. This means by Allah. We've heard of wallahi, which is also an oath, but here it says ta'Allahi, and this repeats several times. I'm gonna go ahead and write them down for you, the surahs that it appears, so that way you keep that in mind, inshallah. So also keep that in mind that just because something starts with the ta, it doesn't mean that it's an oath, but I just wanted to point this out. So we have in Surah Yusuf, and then we have An-Naml, Nahl, and then we have Surah Ash-Shu'ara, and then Surah As-Safat. Okay, so these are the surahs that you will see the word ta'Allahi, meaning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taking an oath. So those are there. I'm going to go ahead and erase the board, come back with the rest of them, inshallah. Okay, next one we have the word hatta. Hatta, until. Hatta means until. So we have example here. Hatta matla'il fajr. Let's see. Fajr. So the word we're focusing here is hatta, meaning until the rise of Fajr, or the dawn. Another example we have is hatta zurtum al-maqabir. And of course, both of them, they keep on going. But here's the word حتى زرتم المقابر, until they visit the graves. So that's the example for these. And the next one we have is the preposition ala. Ala means on. So we have alan na si, meaning upon nas, the people. Or we have ala qulubihim, upon their hearts. Okay, or we read these all the time, alayhim, upon them, or alayhu, or alaykum. So these are all the preposition that comes. Sometimes it comes by itself, like in these cases, ala nas, ala, and then sometimes it's merged together with the pronouns. So I just wanted to point that out, make sure we keep that in mind, inshallah. Okay, I'm gonna erase the board and I'll be right back. Okay, next one we have, the last two we have here is ma'a. Ma'a means with. So we have ma'akum. Ma'akum means with you. Or we have from the Qur'an, ma'al usri. Ma'al usri yusra. And then it continues. So here, one is by itself, ma'al usri yusra, with hardship, then comes ease. So that's the meaning. With hardship comes ease. And then here, ma'a is assimilated with the pronoun is ma'akum, or ma'ahu, or ma'aha, or ma'akuma. So there's a lot of ways that this comes in the Quran. And then the last one, we have the harf waw. Now, in this case, we have to pay attention that waw means two things. It means, the first meaning is meaning like and, it's like a conjunction harf, joining two things together, or it is used for oath or qasam, in the Quran. So the first one, there's so many of them, so just keep that in mind. Wa idha, and when. So I'm just giving you an example so you see how this is. Wa idha, and then we have for when it comes to the swear, the oath, then you would see the word, of course, wallahi, or it comes like as wal mursalati. I believe it's orfa. It continues. So this is an oath right here. This is an oath. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taking an oath by Allah, wallahi. And then another surah we have wal mursalati urfa, by the angels that carry the wind, I believe. So this would be wal mursalat, by the angels. So you cannot say and the angels. So then that would be incorrect. So, but you have to also keep in mind when you're reading, when you're translating, and if it doesn't make sense properly, like, and the angels, you know, not this is coming before, but the surah starts, you know, like this. So you're probably thinking, you know, why is there a wow in the beginning? So this has to be like an oath. All right, inshallah. So this is it. These are all the words. So I'm just a quick review. We had ba means, or actually b, means with, in, or from. An is about. Fi is in. Ka is as or like. Li or la means for. Min, from. Ila is towards. So we have ta. Remember we said ta is used like ta'Allahi. It's for oath and qasam. Hatta means until. Ala is on or upon. Ma'a is with. And then wow is for conjunction, meaning and also is for oath. All right, until next video. Assalamu alaikum.